Hello, and welcome to part 3 of my Evangelion vlog. Episode 3 carries on about 2 weeks after episode 2, and in that time Shinji has been practicing how to use his Eva a bit better, and he's been also going to school, though as two of the adult characters note, Shinji hasn't exactly been making friends. I thought it was kind of weird how they explain the whole hedgehog metaphor. I mean, it's like it makes sense, you know, given the circumstances. It does aptly describe what Shinji's going through, but I kind of think it's a bit on the nose, a bit ham-fisted. You know, it's like you're having a normal conversation with somebody. You're like, "Oh, well, how's Shinji? Oh, he's good. He's going to school. He's not really making many friends though." And the other person's just like, "Well, have you heard of the story of the hedgehog's dilemma?" No. Okay, good, because it aptly describes exactly what Shinji's going through. It's like, I don't know, it just came off as kind of pretentious to me. So I guess the other main characters of this episode, at least, are this Japanese bully dude and this nerd. They are so obnoxious. I really don't like them. They're just it's sort of like the whole thing behind them, right? Is that in the battle that Shinji took place in like 2 weeks ago, that dude's sister ended up getting crushed by some rubble, so now he's pissed off at Shinji about it, and he ends up confronting him, beating him up, and it's kind of stupid. Like, okay, let me just play how the scene goes out. Like, when they confront Shinji, this is how the scene plays out.
Sorry, newcomer, but I had to clobber you. I had to pop you one to work off my own anger.
He's mean, huh? His little sister was injured the last time you and your robot fought a battle. Well, that's his excuse anyway.
And in case you're wondering, yes, it does sound as awkward in the Japanese subtitles as it does in the English dub. It's really, really obnoxious. It's like I kind of understand what you're going for here, but it's like I'm pretty sure there's a more natural way to kind of put that idea across, you know, to help people, you know, understand this. And then the freaking kids, right? They end up going to this like little underground shelter, you know, that's made in case of an angel attack. And then for some freaking reason, they're just like actually, the nerdy kids, he's just like, "Oh, dude, I really want to see the angels. I want to see the Eva up close. Wouldn't that be cool?" It's like, do you know how freaking, like, dude, no, they're freaking, like, there's a reason why you're in that little, like, he's just obnoxious. I really, again, I don't like him. And so it gets to the point where they end up running out onto the battlefield where Shinji's fighting what looks like a giant shrimp, and they end up getting in the way, and then Shinji notices that, and it causes them to start breaking down, and then they're like, "Oh wait, you gotta put the kids back in the you gotta put the kids in the Eva, like, keep them safe with you." But it's like, why didn't the kids just run back to the freaking to the shelter door? Like, they opened it up, it's still open. They could just rush over really quickly. I mean, it's why do they need to get in the machine? I mean, I don't know. It's weird. Anyways. So Shinji ends up having a mental breakdown, and he ends up stabbing the shit out of the angel, and it dies. But Shinji, I guess, disappears for a while. The other episode says that Shinji ran away after that encounter, and wow, that's gonna be a whole thing in the next episode, I guess. But like, overall, this episode was just kind of, I mean, I kind of, like, again, I can understand where they were coming from. They wanted to show the dilemma that Shinji's in, but it just came across really flaccidly. I mean, how do I best put this? It's like you didn't need to, like, for instance, you didn't need to have the whole thing with the hedgehog's dilemma. Oh, this is what Shinji, like, you didn't need to explain that to us. I think we could have gathered from the rest of the episode. But then again, you also didn't need to have the kids who are in Shinji's way. Like, you kind of, like, you're trying to establish that Shinji has the whole world on his shoulders, that he's under a lot of pressure, and he really wants to help save humanity, but he's it's just he's breaking down. But you don't need to have people say that, or you don't have to have some dumb kids doing something stupid for us to understand that and have them getting caught in the crossfire retardedly. it's really unnecessary, and I really think the episode would have been a lot better if that was completely taken out. I mean, or modified slightly. Now, I didn't mention her in the last 2 episodes, even though she did make some appearances here and there. But Rei Ayanami, I believe that's what her name, yeah, she exists, and it's like I know that she's like one of the main characters, like coming up, one of the most significant players here. But it's just weird how she just keeps appearing and disappearing, and ways that just it doesn't really seem very like are they trying to imply that she's a ghost? Because I know she's not a ghost. I mean, she's a physical person. She's there, but it's like, what are they trying to get? Like, they're trying to make it seem mysterious, because honestly, it just kind of comes off as a bit pretentious, I gotta say. Though thus far, I don't have a problem with her. I mean, she hasn't done much, so there's really not much to have a problem with regarding her. So, that's fine, I guess. I'm trying to think of like what other stuff happened in the episode, but it's just kind of like this episode was just sort of there for me. I mean, it was all right, but it's like just I don't know. It's probably the first kind of episode I've had with this series, and given that we're only 3 episodes in, I mean that's kind of an accomplishment. You'd figure that at some point. I don't know, that at some point earlier that something would have turned like you think the scene where Shinji's going, "Yeah, I can't do it," would have ended up being like a kind of sour spot. But it's like I kind of understand what they were going for there, and like it was a little overdone, but it's acceptable. I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. But then this is like, I guess I kind of do have a problem with it, and it's just like, oh no. But anyways, yeah, sorry for the ramble. Then again, all this is a ramble, so it's like, I don't know, if you don't like rambling, why the hell are you watching this? But I guess that's pretty much it for the episode. I will note at the end, though, that they changed the singer who sings Fly Me to the Moon at the end of this episode, which I don't know if that's going to be a recurring thing. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell with these kind of shows, but it was maybe it was one of those things that they did to try to make it sound kind of weird. But I don't know. It's like it was fine. It was fine, but it's like I don't know. It's just kind of a weird thing they're doing, I guess. And honestly, it is what it is, I guess. Anyways, I guess that would wrap up this episode of the vlog. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.